Good morning, YouTube. I hope everybody's doing well. Today we're going to be popping the head on this 4G63 engine. I am a little nervous about it. I've never done anything this big. I have worked on some 4-stroke 450 quad motors before, so I have a little experience in engine work, but not too much. So it's going to be a little nerve-wracking, but I'm sure we'll get through it just fine. My biggest concern is just popping timing, but as long as we get it on top dead center and all the timing marks lined up, we'll be just fine. Let's get into it. All right, guys, first things first, let's get these spark plugs out of here. Let's get this engine to top dead center. According to the manual and the videos I've seen, these dowel pins on each cam gear will be facing straight up. And then I also got the old zip tie trick. Put a zip tie in the cylinder one. That'll help us know when we're coming up on the upstroke and then right when it gets to top dead center. And at that same time, these two cam gear dowel pins should be lined up straight up. And then we'll check all the other timing marks on like the oil pump and stuff like that. I gotta look up exactly where every timing mark is. But for now, let's get it top dead center. Let's get this valve cover off. For the valve cover, it should be 14 10mm bolt. I did look in the manual, I couldn't find the detorque pattern for this valve cover. Pretty sure you detorque from the inside out, if I remember correctly. I'll just go in a crisscross pattern. I think all the inside ones are the same size and the outside ones are a little bit bigger. So I will take the bolts out, but we won't get the inside and the outside ones mixed up here. All right, just like that, valve cover's off. I did find all the timing marks here now. I will give you guys a zoomed in view too, just in case you can't see it. But there is a timing mark on each one of these cam gears. Those gotta line up. There is a timing mark on the oil pump, and then a timing mark, I believe that's the balance shaft. And then there's a timing mark on this crank. I doubt you guys will be able to see it from there, but timing mark here, and then the timing mark on that back dust shield back there. So this should be at top dead center, and I should be able to remove the timing belt. A little nerve-wracking. Like I said, I've never done this before, but it'll be nice to get it done and over with. All right, here's the timing mark on the cam shaft gears, on the oil pump, on the balance shaft, on the crank. I'm gonna loosen up this timing belt idler pulley, and that'll put enough slack in the timing belt where I can pull the timing belt off. All right, let's get this over with. All right, timing belt is off. So with the timing belt off, next step is to pull the cam. All right, I'm gonna be removing the cam shaft position sensor. So let's get that off. I should probably take a picture of this. Okay, I thought there was gonna be a spring in there, but I guess not. Okay guys, I do have a D-torque sequence that we're gonna start with. So it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the last one, the cam sprocket side, cam gear side. Let's get it done and over with. All right guys, I'm just gonna de-torque these first, and then I'll pull them all out. All right, these are all numbered. I do know it's very important that the cam caps go back on where they came off. I already did take some pictures, but take pictures again. All right, gonna do the same for the intake side. Cams are out. That was stressful. The one big mistake I made was not removing the cam gears before. Definitely do that. Let's move on. The next step is gonna be de-torquing this head and then pulling the head. All right, what's up YouTube? It's a couple days later. I didn't quite get the head off last time. Reason behind that is because I needed to run and get 12 millimeter 12-point socket for these stock head bolts. So if you're wondering about stock head bolts, it is a 12 millimeter 12-point socket to get them off. So let's get right to it. I do need to pull these timing area dust shields off first. They're also attached from the block to the head. So let's get those off and then we'll de-torque the head bolts. For these dust shields, looks like 4 10 millimeter bolts, 2 on each side. All right, de-torquing head, de-torque pattern, straight from the manual. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I will also throw up a picture of the de-torque pattern for you guys' reference. All right, the head is off. I am very excited. This is a huge accomplishment for me. This is the farthest I've ever been inside an engine. From the way everything looks, I did everything correctly. If you guys seen anything that I did wrong during this whole process, would you let me know down in the comments? Or if you have any tips or anything, or a common method, something I missed, something I did wrong, let me know. I know I've said it before, but this is my first time ever being this deep into an engine, but it feels good. I got the head off. I do have a water pump kit coming. We're gonna throw that on. I haven't decided yet if I'm gonna go with the no-tick lifters yet for the head. Still doing my research on camshaft. I would like something a little bit bigger. Still running the stock turbo for now. Probably get the stock turbo rebuilt and maybe a bigger wastegate for it. For the fuel system, I am gonna go with an adjustable console, fuel pressure regulator, I forgot what brand, fuel rail, and then AM lines for all the fuel lines coming into the engine bay. And I do plan on getting a link ECU from Extreme PSI 2. That way everything can get tuned. Sometime in the future, running E85, and when I do that, I'll have AM lines going all the way back to the pump, and then a bigger pump. I still got to do more research on what size injectors and what size pump to get running E85, and I believe my only option for the E85 sensor is the GM E85 sensor. If you guys have any more information on that, could you let me know down in the comments too? If you have a similar setup, just let me know. The biggest thing I need to know is what size injectors and pump to run if I want to run E85. It's going to be stock compression, really close to stock boost for now. We'll see how big of a wastegate I can get for the stock turbo. Yeah, as far as all that, on the next video we'll be throwing in new water pump, balance shaft belt, timing belt, idler pulleys, just everything that comes with the water pump kit on Extreme PSI. I'm going to get the head redecked or resurfaced, and hopefully by next week the machine shop will be done with that. I got to call them tomorrow and get all that lined up and order all these parts from Extreme PSI. If you guys are running a similar setup, stock OEM head gasket with ARP head studs, let me know how much boost you're pushing. Another thing we'll be doing while the engine is out too is flipping this over and resealing the oil pan. I'd like to get the oil pan off, open it up, see what the oil pickup filter looks like, or the oil pickup line looks like. I gotta get new supply oil lines for the turbo too. Let me know if you guys are running any type of AM lines for the turbo inlet oil line, or if I should just go with the stock hard lines. I haven't done much research on that yet. But yeah, just super excited. The head's off. I can't wait till it gets resurfaced and we can throw this back together. If you would like to follow the build, you'd be doing me a huge favor by subscribing and viewing the next video. It'll give me more motivation to complete this and more motivation to record this. It does take a lot of extra time recording this, especially when it's your first time doing something. So that adds a lot of hours to the day when doing this stuff, but I enjoy doing it. I love sharing my passion for 90s sports cars and videography at the same time. This is something I enjoy doing. But until the next video, peace out.